In today's gospel, we just heard Jesus say to us, "Come to me, all you who are weary and find life burdensome, and I will give you rest." And most of the people that I know are carrying burdens. They're trying to stretch out paychecks that never seem to go quite far enough. They're trying to provide for and shape the characters of their children. They're unemployed, or they're underemployed, and they're looking for a better job that will give them a reliable and adequate source of income. They're waiting on the results of a biopsy and dreading the outcome. And we're all sharing the burden of a sagging economy and increasing energy costs, which just drive up the cost of everything else. And taking these burdens of prayer won't magically fix the problems either. God is not a genie, and prayers are not wishes. But Jesus tells us today that we can find peace in any situation if we just come to Him. Don't forget, Jesus had burdens too, didn't He? Some of the biggest were the people in the synagogue where He grew up wanted to drive Him off the cliff outside of town. The religious establishment continually tried to discredit Him. His closest companions were arguably the 12 of the most clueless men in Palestine, one of whom betrayed Him, and one of whom denied Him. And while Jesus knelt in the Garden of Gethsemane, sweating blood and pleading for His life to the Father, His 3 best friends abandoned Him to go it alone. What did Jesus do? Jesus begged His Father to spare Him going through this appalling ordeal. "Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me." But then at the end of that prayer, what did He say? He said, "Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will." The Father was silent, and His will was clear. Jesus should face what was coming. Supreme love demanded it. And when Jesus rose from that prayer, He was a very different person. From that moment on and for the rest of His passion, He revealed nothing but quiet dignity and strength in the face of all kinds of abuse and humiliations. He was full of an inner peace, which had come once He had said that total yes to the Father. His prayer in the garden had been answered, although not the way He originally intended it. What did Jesus do? He trusted in the Father. He let His faith lift Him. What is Jesus doing today? He is offering us strength, dignity, and peace by offering us His yoke. Kind of sounds odd, doesn't it? We think of a yoke as heavy, painful, something to be placed around our necks as we struggle to pull the loads of our lives. But in Jesus' day, the yokes had a double harness, so that 2 could pull the burden much more easily. What Jesus is offering us today is an invitation to be yoked with Him, to pull your tasks through life with Him, drawing on His strength and letting Him help you while you help Him accomplish the tasks on earth. That is what we were born to, church. Christ doesn't do things for you. He does things with you. He doesn't say, "Hey, I suffered so you can too." He says, "I know you're suffering, and I'm suffering with you." Church, we have a choice today. Go lug life's burdens till we drop from exhaustion and frustration, or to be yoked with Jesus, always at our side, relying on His strength, on His dignity, on His peace, on His love, and trusting in the divine will of the Father. What do you think Jesus would